Elder Misara watched her homeworld die from the observation deck of the last evacuation ship. Threnody Prime, jewel of the Outer Rim, was being consumed by the Scourge, a self-replicating nanite swarm that had already devoured 17 civilizations. Any response from the Galactic Council? She asked, though she already knew the answer. Communications Officer Ven shook his head, his antennae drooping. They've declared Threnody system a quarantine zone. No rescue operations authorized. We're on our own. Misara felt her heart sink. The Threnodians had contributed to galactic civilization for 4,000 years. They'd shared technology, hosted refugees, participated in every cooperative venture. And now, when extinction approached, the galaxy had simply written them off. How long until the Scourge reaches the ship? She asked quietly. 18 minutes. Our shields won't hold. The 47,000 Threnodians aboard, the last of their species, fell silent. Some prayed to old gods. Others simply held their loved ones. Misara closed her eyes, accepting the inevitable. Then the ship's sensors screamed. Unknown vessels decloaking. Ven shouted. Massive signatures. There. The view screen erupted with light. Dozens of ships materialized around them, emerging from faster-than-light in perfect formation. They were angular, aggressive-looking vessels covered in armor plating and weapon systems. Human ships. Misara's blood chilled for a different reason. Humanity, the young, aggressive species that had joined galactic civilization only 30 years ago. The species every older race watched with suspicion and fear. The species known for their wars, their violence, their unpredictability. They're hailing us, Ven said, confused. A human appeared on screen, a woman with iron-gray hair and a scar across her jaw. Threnodian vessel, this is Admiral Catherine Walsh of the Terran Expeditionary Fleet. We received your distress call. The Council declared this system off-limits, Misara stammered. Walsh's expression hardened. We're not asking the Council for permission. Stand by for protective envelope deployment. Before Misara could respond, the human fleet moved. They didn't flee from the approaching nanite cloud, they flew directly toward it. What are they doing? Ven whispered in horror. The human ships formed a sphere around the Threnodian vessel, their shields overlapping in a brilliant lattice of energy. Then they fired. Not conventional weapons. Something else. Electromagnetic pulses synchronized across the entire fleet, creating a cascading field that swept through the space around them. Where the pulses touched the Scourge, the nanites simply stopped. Frozen. Rendered inert. EMP cannons, Walsh explained. Specifically designed for nanite swarms. We've been tracking the Scourge for 6 months, developing countermeasures. But, why? Misara asked. We've never even traded with humanity. Your species has no obligation. You don't know humans very well, do you? Walsh interrupted, and for the first time, she smiled. On Earth, we have a saying, no one gets left behind. Doesn't matter if you're our best friend or a complete stranger. If someone's in trouble and we can help, we help. A younger human officer appeared beside Walsh. Admiral, we've neutralized the Scourge within a 3 million kilometer radius. Beginning planetary restoration protocols. Planetary, you can save Threnody? Misara's voice cracked. We can try, Walsh replied. It'll take months, maybe years. But we've got the tech and we've got the time. Meanwhile, your people are welcome on our colony worlds. We've got room. Tears streamed down Misara's face. The Council said you were dangerous. That humanity was too violent, too unpredictable to be trusted. Walsh's smile turned sad. We are violent. We are unpredictable. We've fought terrible wars, made horrible mistakes. But we learned something from all that bloodshed: life is precious. Every life. Every species. Every culture. She leaned forward, her voice intense. The Council abandoned you because saving you was inconvenient, expensive, risky. They made a cost-benefit analysis and decided you weren't worth it. And humans? Humans don't do cost-benefit analysis when it comes to saving lives. We do whatever it takes. Even if it's hard. Even if it's dangerous. Even if the rest of the galaxy thinks we're crazy for trying. Over the following weeks, the human fleet worked tirelessly. They purged the scourge from Threnody Prime, restored the biosphere, and helped 47,000 refugees resettle. They asked for nothing in return. When Elder Missara finally stood on her homeworld soil again, she looked up at the human ship still in orbit, still watching over them. The Galactic Council had taught her species that civilization meant order, logic, calculated decisions. Humanity taught her something far more important: civilization meant caring, even when it wasn't logical. Especially when it wasn't logical. The youngest species in the galaxy had just shown the eldest what it truly meant to be civilized. And Missara knew the Threnodians would never forget it.